Welcome, everybody. I'm Rachel Watkins here with the Catholic Homeschool Virtual Conference. And today I have Vivian Dudreau, who's a representative of Ignatius Press. We're so excited to have Ignatius as one of our gold sponsors. And I'd like to thank Vivian for joining me. Thanks, Vivian. How are things in California?
Right now, they're sunny.
Good. And that. So tell us a little about Ignatius Press. I know it was founded by Father Fessio. Ignatius Press has been a part of my homeschooling adventure for a number of years. I've got a library full of books. So can you give us a little bit of the history and background?
Ignatius Press was founded by Father Fessio. That's right. He's a Jesuit, and he founded it in 1978 to publish in English works by contemporary European theologians. Henri de Lubac, a Jesuit, considered one of the great theologians of the 20th century. His case for canonization has just
I just saw that. I just saw that on the news.
Henri de Lubac, and then through Henri de Lubac, he was introduced to Joseph Ratzinger, who became Pope Benedict, and also Hans von Balthasar. These men are spiritual and intellectual giants. And Father Fessio was so impressed studying with these men that when he came back to the States, he wanted to make English translations of their works available to American Catholics, and that's what he started to do. And over time, Ignatius Press expanded to publish, children's books, for example, catechism books, and we distribute movies, and we do all kinds of things, but that's how it began.
That's how it began. And I know that, like I said, for myself as a longtime homeschooler, you guys are committed to providing Catholic books, not only for those people who want to read those intellectual giants, but books for children, like you said. But I know you have a real love for homeschoolers and always have, haven't you?
Oh, yes. From the beginning of the Catholic homeschooling movement, because as you know, Protestants were doing this before Catholics were. Father Fessio was immediately a supporter because he saw the challenges facing parents to raise children and pass on the faith. And he was the one, I think, who started coining that expression that homeschool families are like little monasteries, renewing, keeping alive the flame of Western civilization. So he's been a supporter ever since we've been working for the press, and we've been working for the press now 30 years.
I know that I remember seeing Father Fessio at early homeschool conferences. Like you yourself, you are a retired homeschooling mom.
That's right.
And I'm at kind of the end. I'm down to my last 2 of my 11 kids that I've homeschooled, with one graduating in just a few weeks.
Congratulations.
Yeah, exactly. That light at the end of the tunnel we never thought we'd see. But I know for myself that Ignatius has branched out into some real curriculum picks, more than just their fiction, nonfiction, historical fiction you've done of saints and things like that. So I believe that Ignatius also has a supporting of an online curriculum. Is that true?
That's right. Father helped to get started this Angelicum online K-12 homeschooling program. It's a great books-based program, and he teaches actually some of the classes on it. And you can go to angelicum.net to find out more about it, to see if that's what would be good for your family. They also have a summer program in Colorado Springs, Colorado this summer. So maybe they're trying to combine in-person things too. You know,
that's exciting.
This is a constantly developing hybrid thing, which, by the way, is getting picked since the pandemic. These hybrid situations with more homeschooling type education, more independent study, and so on, they're spreading all over the country in all kinds of forms. So,
exactly. For the pandemic was difficult for everyone, but it has really been a boost to homeschooling as a whole.
Oh, yes.
Catholic Homeschool Connections.
Homeschooling is up, and public school enrollment is down.
Exactly.
So anyway, you can always be excited about what's around the corner, because people are doing a lot of interesting things.
The other thing that I do like about Ignatius Press is you have these great book bundles that make it a lot more affordable for families to build their family library. Like I said, I've been homeschooling long enough that my library is pretty full of books from, early readers and read-alongs with your younger children, to the books that I'm handing off to my high schoolers to say, let's read this book and discuss it later. But I noticed in the catalog in that you have bundles which allow parents to save a little bit of money, which is always important.
You know, we have 3 young parents with young children in our marketing department now, and they're the ones putting those bundles together. So it makes sense, right? They know what families would like because they're young families themselves. And so that's a recent development in our marketing, is to put together these bundles. And they keep changing. Sometimes they're seasonal. Sometimes they have to do with sacrament preparation. They'll probably have a start back to school bundle, you know, so you can watch for that. That's constantly a changing thing that's being put together by our young parents.
Well, that's exciting, because I know that we can get the Ignatius Press catalog in the mail, but your website is an awesome place to go to, because you're regularly having both sales and promotions and new products that are available to everyone.
That's right.
So parents can register through the website to get your ongoing marketing emails. I will say this, they do not overwhelm my inbox, but there are exciting things that are coming all the time to help support families, aren't there?
Yes, there are. And by the way, for this conference, there is a bundle, and there's a link here to find out what that is. And there's a discount code for this conference.
Oh, thank you.
Free shipping on orders over 75 for the whole month of June for conference attendees. So you want the link to the bundle?
If you want to give it to us, but anyone who's attending the conference will also be able to find it when they visit your virtual booth.
Oh, okay. So just so you know, they're putting together bundles even as we speak.
Even as we speak.
Yeah.
Well, I'm excited that you guys are coming. You guys have been such a support of Catholic homeschooling, like you said, since the very beginning. And at the virtual conference, all the attendees will be able to find your booth. It is a virtual booth that people will be able to click on. They'll be able to find the coupon code, find access to all the products they want to. And then you guys are available via phone calls to help out families make good choices as well, aren't you?
Oh, yes, we have an 800 number, 1-800-651-1531. And you know, the people who've been running our 800 number for years are Bethlehem Books.
Oh my goodness, that's an old name for all you new homeschoolers. You might not be familiar with Bethlehem Books, but they're worth finding out. They've got some great titles that they've published, and it's so exciting to see them still working in the movement.
Yes, and they're now doing a lot of stuff on audio. They're doing a lot of more audio books. They too are doing, you know, reduced price editions of things and so on. Yes, they are a fabulous resource, Bethlehem Books. Father Fessio helped them publish their first book, and we have been partnering with them ever since. Their area of expertise is finding classic children's literature that went out of print, not necessarily Catholic, just great stories that went out of print, and bringing them back into print to keep them available, because as we know, children's publishing since the late 60s, early 70s has just drifted with the political ideology of the times. And now, you know, you've got all the gender confusion and everything else seeping into these books for kids. So Bethlehem Books has done a great service in keeping in print wonderful children's literature that basically should have never gone out of print. Exactly.
The publishing industry, as we know, has fluctuations, and some very excellent books have been lost. And so it's exciting that Ignatius Press is supportive of both the old and bringing us quality new materials as well.
Yes.
Well, I appreciate your time, Vivian. I'm so excited to see Ignatius at the conference. But before we go, is there anything special that's coming up, you know, that we can be excited about?
Well, yes, I'm very excited about this series called How to Handle Your Emotions.
Wonderful.
Yes, and we just are finishing the 4th one. There's 4. They're on each of the main emotions: anger, sadness, fear, and joy. And this has been written in France by a collection of women, mothers, educators, counselors. And each book has 3 stories about a child experiencing a very strong emotion, and then how to deal with that emotion. And I learned so much from working on these books. I had wished not only that I had them when my children were young, but that I had them when I was young. And just this week, I put into practice something I learned from these kids' books. My daughter and husband and their children have moved out of the Bay Area. And we were so close to them, these grandchildren, we were so close to them. This is heartbreaking, right? Well, in this little book for kids, the girl has in the book on sadness, the girl has a friend move away. And the way she deals with this sadness is by reaching out to an elderly neighbor who needs help in her garden. And so just last night, my husband and our daughter just left on Wednesday.
Oh, that's
and last night, my husband and I moved some of our furniture into a new apartment. A school teacher working for a Catholic school doesn't have a lot of money, whatever. So we gave her some of our furniture that we're not going to be using anymore. And I actually put into practice something I learned in a kid's book. Okay. I felt great. I felt like, okay, yes, it's sad. Losses bring about sadness, losses of loved ones in particular, or even just distance between loved ones. And, but you need to open your eyes and look around and see the needs around you to find joy again. And so I learned that from this kid's book in this series. I can't recommend this series enough.
Well, thank you for that recommendation. I think I know what I'm going to be asking for Mother's Day. But I love how you relate that one thing about homeschooling is an opportunity for everyone to learn. I certainly learned more than I could ever have known about my faith with the catechesis I received or didn't receive when I was growing up, but also the literature, the history, and all of that. So
all of it.
Homeschooling is, as we know, it's an adventure the whole family undertakes.
That's right.
And we're grateful that we have Ignatius Press providing us with excellent books all the time. So thank you so much for your time, Vivian. We look forward to seeing you at the conference. And again, we hope that everyone seeing this has an opportunity to go check out the Ignatius booth, find out their new books, perhaps this series on feelings, and take advantage of both the free shipping and the coupon code you're going to be getting. Thanks so much, Vivian. God bless you and everything going on for you in California and there at Ignatius Press.
Okay, thank you, Rachel.
Yeah. God bless.
Bye-bye.